Namaste viewers, I'm Vibhuti Jha and this is Jaipur Dialogue USA, and today I wanted to talk to you about the rise of Sanatan Warrior Ecosystem. This is a very encouraging sign, and why I say that is that Hindus have been at the receiving end of all religious strife that is happening in India, all religious strife, whether be it by Muslims or Christians. We are under attack. We are under attack. We are provoked into attack, into responding. But we Hindus are seekers, so we generally take things in stride. We wait for something else to happen or somebody to do something while we sit in an armchair and criticize, ponder, think. And I say these five elements. हम बहुत सारा विचार विमर्श विश्लेषण विमोचन विख्यान में अपना समय लगाते हैं. Now, what is important here is what happened just yesterday, that four prominent Hindu Sanatan warriors groups, they were suddenly taken off by X. They were taken off. Jaipur Dialogue, of which I am also a part of, India, was taken off. Creative Media was taken off. E. Panchajanya and one Mr. Sinha. This was an attack. Fortunately, it was restored immediately. What is important here is to bear in mind that those people who chose to elect to ban these, they were doing it with a vicious intent because there is a definite rise in the Hindu Sanatan warrior ecosystem. You see, what is happening is that since we have begun to get recognized in that fashion, it is Hindus are rising for the really unjust, really pressured, and really affected by the way these people are behaving. We have individuals, and I want to name them because I want to acknowledge the hard work they are doing. Anand Ranganathan, Ajit Bharati. There are several of the people like that. Nupur Sharma. This is very important. These people were all targeted individually. Threats, they all come. Even the media that supports, Republic Media, it is being attacked as if they are committing a crime. There is no crime. When did the freedom of speech become a crime? And the freedom of speech, in my opinion, is not about making a statement alone. It is about making inquiries. Our way of life is totally focused on making inquiries about things, because unless you make an inquiry, you never get to know the truth. And the truth suffers when you are told not to be able to ask any questions or never make an inquiry. So, you have to remember this part. The Hindu Sanatan warrior ecosystem needs to support each other. That's my call to every single person, including me and those who are watching here. You have to all arise, awaken, assert, and act. The first three A's belong to Swami Vivekananda's quote. Fourth A, act, is mine. I have often talked about it. Because if you do not act, things don't happen. Not only things don't happen, you get taken for granted and run over. Beware of that part. Because if you do not act, then your knowledge, wisdom, they all fall by the wayside. And this is very critical for the survival of Sanatan faith. Remember one thing, there is a reason why the Islamic world and the Christian world is attacking Hindus and Sanatan. Because this century belongs to us. We are dictated by the rules of nature. And the science and technology, as it has evolved, is exposing and nullifying the fear and ignorance-based faiths that they control their own population. They talk about heaven and hell. We don't. But who knows about heaven and hell? Where is it? Has anybody given a call report that, hey, this is where I've traveled to heaven and here is the report what life is in heaven is all about or hell is all about? Nobody knows that. But there are people here who issue passport and visas to tell you that if you do this, you will go to heaven or hell. Think about it. Science and technology is nullifying the fear and ignorance driven faiths, where you are told that you are a sinner. You have committed, Adam and Eve committed sin, right? God created men and women, and God created the process of reproductive rights. Reproductive rights is not the exact word to say here, but God created environment and he created the ability for men and women to procreate and continue their generations. It can't be sin. Why is it sin? We are God loving people. We are not God fearing people. God created me. I'm happy. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm not fearing him. So why do we even indulge in that conversation that this is a fear driven faith? We are not. We are science and technology driven community belief system. And the rise of science and technology is negating so many mistruths, so many impressions that need not be there. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is critical for us that we Hindus unite, and unity doesn't come because unity doesn't come because we wear the same set of clothes and behave in a particular way, and here is unity. Unity comes behind a purpose. A few days ago, I talked about it in these short segment that how we won significant battles in America in 5 separate arenas because we converted on the purpose, the cause. So each one of you is empowered by God to take your own action. I propose, and I strongly believe that the Hindu warrior ecosystem, the Sanatan warrior ecosystem, needs to sustain itself. And one of the ways to do that is support whoever you can, wherever your thought process aligns with. If you like X, go support him. Don't try to chop his head or break his leg because he's not doing according to what you think. Find an entity that is more aligned to your way of thought. Support them. Stand by them. That's where you will create an organization. That's where you will create an institutional framework, whether it is Jaipur Dialogue or Creative Media or whatever else, or Republic TV or wherever. People have created the ecosystem. It's for us to support and sustain it with commitment and clear focus that those people who are fighting for us, they need the support and we must stand by them. Unless that happens, those people, our enemies, will attack us in individual capacities. The second part is also very important. Remember, Anupur Sharma, for quoting a text, not that she imagined something about it. There was a fatwa on her. She still is living a life of insecure environment. This is not okay. Whereas those people who threatened, they are roaming the streets as if they own democracy, as if they own us. That cannot be allowed, and that must not be allowed. I don't live in the world of should have, could have, would have. I live in the world where what we are doing. So my appeal to you is, knowing what you know, do your bit to support the Sanatan warrior ecosystem. We have taken up the challenge. We have taken up the fight. Not because we want to fight, because we want to fight injustice. We want to fight the attacks that happen on us for no reason at all, just because you don't agree with my way of life. That needs to be contested. And it is the responsibility of every individual of the Sanatan warrior ecosystem to rise. This is critical for us. This is a moment of reckoning. And the most unfortunate part is, which I commented on that earlier, and I want to repeat that. Who are these Hindus and Indians who support a party like Congress run by Rahul Gandhi, who we know now, their entire structure is based on false premises, whose entire behavior is driven towards breaking India. Their entire policies of all these years have been anti Hindu. We are still supporting them? Who are these people? Ask them that question. There is no reason not to ask the question. Questioning is very important. Inquiring is equally important. The freedom of speech is not about only making a speech, but also to make an inquiry why something happens the way it does. And the religion, the way it is being practiced, denying us our rights, but enforcing their rights on us, needs to be contested. Our political leadership has to become aware that those who are enemy, those who want to kill you, you can't feed them to kill us. We have to also reorient our own philosophies. Atithi Devo Bhava, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. They have to be looked back into with a very critical eye, because Ahimsa Paramo Dharma is followed by the line Dharmo Rakshati Rakshita. That is important. We forgot that we are fighting the adharmic people, and for that we have to have a warrior system. That's what needs to be encouraged. Again, another issue that comes to my mind is, freedom of religion, for that matter. And I have always contested that with the point of view, not that freedom of religion is irrelevant. It is relevant. But if you deny me my right to practice my faith because you do not agree with that, that is anti-freedom of religion movement or the requirements. So my point is very simple. I have often said, and I will say it again today, I have no problem with Muslims believing that their Allah is supreme. Go ahead, do that, practice his philosophy. Don't tell me I'm wrong if I worship Krishna or many other deities. Likewise, if Christians believe that Jesus is the ultimate, is the savior, I'm glad you found that savior. But leave me alone with my Krishna, my Ram, my Durga, my Kali, my Krishna, whoever entity that I pray to. So it is important for us to stand up and rise. And this ecosystem that needs to be developed, nurtured, strengthened, is to be done by you and I, each one of us. So some of us who have taken the bold step to stand up and talk, we need your support. Without support, nothing happens. But don't get after us as if you do not agree with me, then we say I'm bad. No, that's not the point. If you agree with me, support me. Those who you agree with, go all the way. Because not everybody can do everything. Some people can. So we are doing it. So you have many sincere Hindu organizations, Sanatan organizations that are writing the new narrative of what we are. You have to support us. And that's what is important for all of us to do. As I always say, Satyameva Jayate, for truth to triumph. And our philosophy is based on truth, seeking the truth. We have to stand up for it, know about it. And my phrase is very simple. You will never know everything about everything. So, knowing what you know, knowing what we know, what do we need to do? What we must do? Instead of mollycoddling and trying to accommodate everybody some way or the other. Likewise, Atithi Devo Bhava is offering respect to the guest. But if the Atithi is out to call you a kafir and cut your throat, you have to reorient that thinking. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is not about family. Brothers and sisters fight with each other for one reason or the other. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam means that the whole world is one. And that is true. Sun has no religion. Moon has no religion. Air has no religion. Right? Water has no religion. They serve the same purpose. The bananas have the same nutritional value, regardless of wherever you have a banana or apple or mangoes. This is what is important to know. Asserting yourself and acting on your beliefs and thoughts. Thank you very much for listening. We'll talk again very soon. Satyamev Jayate. Please like, subscribe, and support our channel. We value your support immensely. I can only express that gratitude to your support to us. Thank you.